Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a great day. Welcome to the grammar series in reference to tenses given by GKPro Academy, absolutely free on YouTube. So, in our last lesson or the last session, we learned about a simple present or present simple, the tense for your routine life. For example, I wake up early, she works in a hospital, I don't like waiting sort of things. However, today we are going to learn the next tense under the present tense, as you can look at my screen. So the next grammar tool that we are going to talk about is present continuous tense. All right? And trust me, this tense will make you sound extremely natural in your daily English. All right? Because this tense is used when something is happening right now, at the moment, or temporarily. So let's quickly begin and look at the topics for today. Now, what does it help you to do, particularly? Okay, what does present continuous help you to do? All right, so first you need to understand that present continuous helps you to talk about actions happening right now in the sense right now. Okay, then look at the second point. It also helps you to explain your temporary situations, like the ones that are not fixed, all right? And even future plans, those are already decided. It also helps you to kind of talk in that sense as well. Let's take a kind of closer look at some examples. Okay, the examples are here. I'll let you know. Before that, I would want to tell you that this tense is something that you really need to be very familiar with, because it helps you to kind of talk about your daily life fluently. All right, so the examples that I was talking about are: I am studying right now, she is talking on the phone. Now, temporary situation kind of sounds like I am working from home this week. He is learning, all right? He is learning driving these days. Now, future plan, according to this third point, okay? Future plans already decided. You also can use present continuous to talk about your future plans. However, they must be already decided. And how do you think the sentences go by? It's like, I'm meeting my friend tomorrow. We are traveling. See, travel is a verb, but there is an ing form there. So we are traveling this weekend. So remember, present continuous tense is used in current life motion. All right, that's something that you need to kind of keep in your head always. All right, all these three points. I'm just going to kind of, repeat all the examples again, because I have not given them on the screen as such. All right. For actions happening right now, the first point, this one, the examples are: I'm studying right now, she is talking on the phone. All right. Temporary situations. All right. That is today, this week, or these days. Examples are: I'm working from home this week, or he is learning driving these days. Okay. Now, in reference to the third point, that is future plans, those are already being decided. In the sense fixed plans, your examples or your sentences may sound something like this: I'm meeting my friend tomorrow. We are traveling this weekend. Okay, so please remember, present continuous is the tense of current life in motion. Okay, current life, but it has to be in motion. It has to keep happening right now. All right, now let's look at the second topic, or the second section under this lesson: when to use it. A very important aspect to understand. Okay, or otherwise I call it as a decision trigger. When do you take the decision to kind of use present continuous as your communication tool? So you will be looking at using present continuous when the action is happening right now, as I already told you. Okay, or it's happening around the present time. For example, these days. All right, something is happening around now, the present time. And very important point to keep in mind, and the situation is temporary, it's not permanent. Or if you want to talk about a planned future action that has already been decided. Now, when should you not use it? When should you not use it is the question, is a bigger question actually. For routine things, you should not be using present continuous for regular routine like daily habit. Or it's a permanent situation or a fact, you should not be using present continuous. Or for state verbs in the sense about likes and hates and things like that, okay? So these kind of situations also you shouldn't be using present continuous tense as your communication tool. Great. Now I will give you a shortcut question for you to understand whether you are going about the right way using this tense or not. You should be pretty much asking yourself, am I talking about now, that is temporary, or am I talking about a routine or permanent? Always remember, when you're kind of when you're kind of talking about routine or any permanent situation, your tense, your preferred tense would be present simple or simple present. Now, if you're talking about a situation that is pretty much happening now, or it is temporary, like work from home or something like that, it has to be in reference with present continuous tense. I hope I'm clear here. Okay. Again, I'm kind of reinforcing. If it is now, then it is present continuous tense. If it's routine, then it is simple present. All right. Great. Let's look at the third section. Meaning first, not form. In the sense, uh, you know, uh, always remember that you need to go about thinking about the meaning. You don't have to memorize the structure. What do I mean by that? I mean that, see, whenever, if you kind of, go across this, or if you kind of try to wrap around the concept of present continuous and take these two words individually and try to take the meaning out of them, present continuous in the sense what? This is happening right now. It's kind of continuing. It is in a present situation and it's continuing. Okay, so meaning first, guys. Do not go around the structure or the tense chart that is available on the internet. All right, you can go ahead and look at it as well. But as I told you, strategic planning while you are learning a language is very important. Okay, and trying to practice according to the strategies that we are sharing with you is also very important, and practice is what makes you perfect. Please go ahead and practice and kind of use our strategies from the day one of the grammar series. Also, I have shared a certain strategies with you. Go ahead and use them, guys. Okay, let's look at the next part. All right, so first understand the meaning like a speaker. It means present continuous is used when things are happening right now, okay, or things are happening these days, in the sense nowadays, okay. This is a temporary situation and not a permanent one. For permanent, you use simple present. Remember that, okay. It can be a routine as well. All right. So, whenever you use this tense, it feels like your sentence is living, okay. It feels like your sentence is living right now. So it also feels like your sentence is active, it's living, and it is in the current situation. Okay, what happens here? Obviously, your conversations become more natural and fluent. Example, I'm studying right now. It's pretty much alive, right? The sentence is alive. It's not like you're talking about something that has happened or something that you're kind of, thinking about. You're just saying, I am studying right now. All right, you can actually pause the video here, okay, and kind of, you know, replace studying with any other verb in an ing form. I am drawing right now. I am coloring right now. It can be such simple sentences also, but as you know, we are starting from the root of the communication tools, and I really want you to kind of understand that you have to practice along with me when I tell you to practice during the classes. Okay, great. Let's look at the fourth Okay, the fourth section for today, that is build the sentence, or in simple terms, a formula, which is very important again. Okay, why do I say it's important? Because many of us already know this tense. It's not very confusing. However, if you kind of build a sentence using this formula, uh, you can also kind of, deal with difficult situations, or kind of for forming those complicated sentences. It helps you in that. All right, let's kind of look at present continuous has a formula, and let's look at that. Okay, so the formula is subject, all right, am, is, or are, plus verb, that is your action word, in the ing form, plus object and time. I also told you, and in the last lesson, that time is pretty much optional. As you can look at here, look at the screen, guys. Time is optional. Time in the sense now, today, at the moment, or these days. These words can be used just to give that extra factor to your already formed sentences. Otherwise, you can just stop here. You can just stop here as well when you're practicing. Okay, so that is what I kind of wanted to tell you. Okay, great. Let's look at an example. I am learning English these days. I can pretty much stop here. I can just say I'm learning English. Just to make my concept clear, or probably just to sound a bit more, elaborative, I would add a time factor. All right. So in this particular sentence, it is these days. Okay, great. Now let's break it down. The same sentence. I is the subject. Okay, this one. Am is the auxiliary verb here. Okay, or the helping verb. So am, is, are all known as helping verbs. Okay, and learning this thing is, this particular word is verb in the ing form. Learn is verb plus the ing form. So I am learning English, object. Okay, and time is optional. I told you, these days. Okay, I think I'm clear now. So let's learn the forms, guys. What are the forms? Part one is the subject. The subject can be in the form of I, you, we, they, he, she, it. All right. And the second part is the am, is, or are, and that's the helping verb. The third part is verb in the ing form. That is the main action plus your ing. Okay. Now that is your verb plus ing form, ing form. I just call it ing form because it's easy to pronounce. However, you can also call it as ing form of verbs. All right. So I am can be written as I apostrophe m. Okay. These are known as contractions. Okay. He, she, it can be written as he's or she's. Okay. She is or he is. You, we, they, are can be written as you are, can be written as you apostrophe re. Same thing with we are and they are. All right. Sorry. So these are the the contractions. All right. Now let's move on to negative format of forming a sentence, wherein you're looking at kind of using the same tense, that is your present continuous tense. So here you can look at the formula, that is subject, is, am, or are, not. Obviously, when there is a aspect of using negative form, then obviously not is our favorite word. Not. Learn to say no to some things, right, in life. Do not kind of just say yes to everything, because that's not going to help you to grow as well, even in your work front, or even in your personal life. Learn to say no is when I think your work will be done and executed beautifully. All right. So coming back to the topic, guys, negative form. What is the formula? Subject, am, is, or are. Not has to be a part of it. And verb again in the ing form or the ing form. Example, I am not sleeping. She isn't working today. Isn't can be opened up to is not. All right. She is not working today. They aren't coming. So aren't again is opened up to are not. They are not coming today. All right. Or they are not coming it can be any time frame. All right, they are not coming. So this is a kind of, this is a part wherein you need to understand that not, when you're using not also, it can be used in the form of a present continuous tense. Now let's look at the question form. And how do you form questions when you're looking at using present continuous is what I'm going to talk about here. Now, if you look at this part, look at this. If you look at this part, you can see that subject is the first thing that's almost present everywhere. That is here also it is subject. All right. In the negative form also it is subject that is present in the sentence. That it's taking the first position. However, I mean to say the primary position is given to subject. Now, when you form a question using the present continuous tense, always your auxiliary verbs or your helping verbs come, come first, or they take the primary position. All right. For example, are, okay, are, you is the subject. Subject has moved to the second slot or the second position. So, are you studying? Verb in the ing form. Is, okay, is again is a helping verb. Is she working? Again a question tag, right? Next, am I speaking too fast? Am I speaking too fast? Am I speaking too fast? All right, that's the whole concept, guys. That's the question format when you're looking at using present continuous. All right, great. Let's move on. So, as I told you, I'm going to give you a certain core strategies, okay, also known as patterns for today, in order to use this tense. Let's look at it closely and what do I mean about it? I'll let you know. All right. Now we go into the fluency patterns. These are basically known as fluency patterns because they help you enhance the way you talk. All right. So let's look at pattern one. So the pattern one almost talks about now action. This is the most basic pattern one can use. For example, I am, verb in the ing form, and now. Okay, so I am eating now. She is talking now. Very basic. Now let's move on to pattern number two. It's more natural because I think, to sound natural, there's only one way or one strategy is that you elaborate your pattern one. Okay, you elaborate this pattern one. For example, I am working from home this week. Okay, I can just stop at home itself. However, I added a time factor. Okay, now he is learning driving these days. Okay, that's more important to understand that we are elaborating the whole sentence. Okay, now let's look at pattern number three. Okay, it's pretty much moving towards a situation where we are going to sound advanced and stronger at the same time. All right, how we are kind of looking at a certain change. All right, a certain change. Let's look at how exactly that's done. All right, so in our lives things get better, or things will improve. All right, or in a state known as becoming. All right, so let's see what I exactly mean by that. Okay, so my English is improving. So improve plus ing form, again the verb plus the ing form. So this action is happening right now, we're just working on it, so it is present continuous tense. All right, prices are increasing, again another beautiful example of the same tense. I am currently preparing for IELTS. Look at this particular sentence, guys. I am, okay, subject, time has moved in here. All right. I am currently preparing for IELTS. This is also a sort of a present continuous kind of a sentence. Not sort, it is a present continuous sentence because preparing or the verb form is taken ing as his friend. So your sentence pretty much is in present continuous tense. However, currently, which I told you here, that you can add time at the end of the sentence, like this week, these days. However, by adding time in between of the sentence also, you can use or form present continuous tense sentences. Okay, great. Let's look at something. let's look at the topic known as real life model lines or examples. Great. Okay, the diagram has moved down here. So this is in reference to this, all right? Okay, so bank of examples. Let's look at certain sentences when a person can use this in their daily lives. So, I'm having lunch right now. Again, a time factor has come in here and elaborated the sentence pretty much. You can always stop at I'm having lunch, but right now has given that factor. All right, great. Now, she is cooking at the moment, right? You can always stop at she's cooking. However, at the moment is another elaborative phase. Work in office, another type of an example. I'm attending a meeting right now. We are working on a new project this week. Correct? All are, have taken the present continuous tense as their primary stance. So always remember when you're looking at using this tense, the action has to be happening right now, or it has to be future fed. What do I mean by future fed? I already spoke about it, that it means that if there are certain actions that are to be happening and you know that it is pretty much going to happen in the future, also you can form present continuous tense sentences in regards with that concept. All right, social or WhatsApp, that's pretty much it's a kind of a trending topic right now, right? So sorry, I'm driving right now. When someone pings you on WhatsApp, right? I am driving, right? It's happening right now. That's why present continuous. Wait, I'm coming. Okay? So, present continuous tense sounds best when it feels live and current. Please remember that. And the situation the situation should be happening right now. And that is the most important thing that you need to keep in mind. Let's quickly look at the contrast corner. What do I mean by contrast corner? Many a times, people get confused between, simple present tense and present continuous tense. And Because many times people think that they can actually talk fluently, but when they kind of start wrapping their heads around the concepts of using these tenses, particularly with those formulas that we are talking about, it actually causes havoc. So now, let me give you a quick contrast again, because many students mix these two tenses, and that is simple present. Okay, I spoke about it yesterday in the day one lesson, and now the second one is present continuous, the one that we are talking about. Always remember, simple present deals with your routine, and the situation is always means permanent. But present continuous deals with something that's happening now. Happening, ing is our friend. Okay, so ing in the sense the verb always picks up the ing word as its friend. Okay, like working, walking, swimming, things like that, or words like that. Right. So present continuous deals with actions that are happening right now, and also keep in mind temporary situations. Okay, temporary situations. Great. Let's look at an example pair to understand it better. I think by now you have already understood the whole concept. However, just to revise, okay? So I work in Hyderabad. I work in Hyderabad. It is permanent. It's my job. So it is simple present. As simple as that. However, when you're looking at temporary, in the sense today, I'm working from home today. Got that? So, the next time you're looking at using these two tenses as your communication tool or your grammar fix, ask yourself a particular question, and that is it normal? That is it my routine? Then go for simple present. Or ask yourself, is this action happening right now? If this action is happening right now, then I have to be using present continuous as my grammar fix. Okay, great. Now, let's look at the most important section for today. Those are your common mistakes, guys. Okay, so common mistakes are something that I really am interested to kind of share with you guys, because um, it's extremely common that in daily, when we use daily English, learners often make few key mistakes while using this particular tense. Why? Let's see. Okay. The mistake number one, as you can see, is overusing the present continuous tense. Many learners use continuous everywhere, but continuous is not for routine. Please remember that. For routine, you use only simple present. Let's look at certain. Okay. Yeah, it also, yeah, see, look at the screen. Habits and routines is simple present. Facts or truth also is simple present. Repeated actions are also simple present. So let's look at some example, guys. The examples are, I am always losing my keys. Many people use sentences like this. However, I am always losing my keys. No, I am is going to get deleted here because I always lose my keys. This is a fact. Probably this is a habit. Okay, so that is the reason it has to be in simple present only. I hope you're able to understand. Okay, see, I'm going to repeat the whole concept. If I say I am always losing my keys, okay, it means it's my habit, right? So there, I'm not going to put this verb lose plus ing. Why? Because it's habitual, it's a routine. So when it is a routine, you have to use simple present as your grammar tool. So this sentence is wrong. You can't be talking in present continuous tense when it's a habit. It has to tone down to simple present. Okay? So the right sentence is, I always lose my keys. Got it? Great. The next example is, she is going to office every day. Why is this even sounding funny? Because she is going to office every day. Because it's a routine. She goes to office every day, right? Did you understand? Present continuous cannot be used for these kind of sentences. All right. Simple present is used because it's a daily routine. All right. Daily routine. Now, they are watching TV every night. No, this is also a routine, or this is also a habit a family might have, that they are sitting all together and watching TV. How would you kind of tell that? Obviously, in simple present, because they watch TV every night. Every now and then also can be a sentence, but you should keep in mind that, you know, simple present is used when it's a routine. Okay, here present continuous has no play. All right, a quick tip, guys. Okay, if you see every day, always, usually, often, okay, if you see words like every day, always, usually, or often, often in the sense repetitive. All right, often in the sense repeated actions. If you see words like every day, always, usually, and often, it is usually simple present and not present continuous. Keep that in mind. Okay. I hope I'm clear here, guys. Here, especially here, in this section here, I want you to pause the video. Now, when I tell you pause the video, please go ahead and pause the video because it's really important so that you kind of relate with me on daily basis. All right. So, I told you to pause the video here to relate with this quick tip. Just go ahead and read the sentence once for yourself and try to understand it, guys. Please try to understand this. Read the sentence. I just explained it to you. What's the meaning? And try to relate with the whole sentence. Now, if you've done that, great job moving ahead to mistake number two. What do you think is mistake number two, as seen on the screen, is using the present continuous tense with stative verbs. What do you mean by stative verbs? Also, I told you that stative verbs are not action words, or they are not action verbs. They are feelings or brain verbs, in the sense they are basically your feelings, like, hate, things like that. All right, like love, hate, like, want, know, believe, understand, need, etc. All right, these are feelings or thoughts or senses or states, and they are not action words. Okay, so these verbs usually do not come in the ing form. Let's look at some examples. All right, I am understanding this grammar lesson. No ways. Understanding. Okay, no, it cannot be done this way. I understand this grammar lesson is the Correct sentence. She is wanting a new book. It's a want. Okay, it's a want. All right. So at that point of time, you're not going to be using your present continuous tense. It's automatically going to change into your simple present. That is, she wants a new book. She is knowing the answer. No, she knows the answer or he knows the answer. All right. So as I already told, there are some stative verbs that you really need to keep in mind. Sorry about that. Here, your memory comes in play. You need to kind of keep these verbs your these stative verbs in your head, and you need to memorize them, all right? And you need to know that here I will not be using present continuous tense, at least for the start of the chapter, all right? Start of the topic, sorry. So the stative verbs are love, hate, like, want, need. You can't say needing, right? You can't say needing. It even sounds funny. Know, believe, understand, remember, prefer. However, you can use understanding, remembering, and believing. All right, you can use the ing form here, but the sentence format changes. All right, great. Let's look at a quick tip. If the verb is showing a feeling or a brain thinking, do not use the ing form. Okay, I hope you can remember this. Great. So the mistake number 3 talks about forgetting to be verb. What do you mean by to be verb? It's no rocket science, guys. To be verb is nothing but the helping verb or the auxiliary verbs. Like. Many learners forget the to be verb, and the sentence actually sounds incomplete. Let's look at some examples for a deeper understanding. Okay. The first example talks about football, one of my favorite games. All right. So the examples are they playing football in the park. So the person has obviously forgotten about the auxiliary verb or the helping verb here. All right. So the correct sentence is they are playing football. The second is she is studying for exam. No, she is studying for exam. I watching a movie right now. It's not I watching, it's I am watching a movie right now. Okay. So as I told you again, a quick tip is if your sentence has the ing, always check did I use I am, did I use is, or did I use are? All right. So this is what is important. Okay, great. Mistake number 4, confusing the ing endings. How would one confuse the ing endings? Not every word ending with the ing is present continuous verb, guys. Some words known as gerunds, okay? I told you I'll be taking a completely solitary lesson only on this particular topic. However, I do not want to deep dive into this right now. So let's go on moving. And normal nouns like morning, evening, etc. Activities like swimming and reading also. So you must use them correctly in sentences. That much I think we know by now. For example, I am liking swimming. It's wrong. It's incorrect. I like swimming. Here, am is not going to play any role, or your helping verb is not kind of going to play any role. Okay. Next, reading is improving my vocabulary. Many people think this sentence is right. That's the whole point. Okay. Many people think that reading is improving my vocabulary. There is no need of actually adding is. You can just say reading improves my vocabulary. Okay. He is loving this movie. Okay, sometimes you can use this sentence. However, he loves this movie sounds absolutely right. Okay, a quick tip again is that if the verb is a feeling like love and like, do not use ing most of the time. If the subject is a gerund like reading, swimming, you can use simple present. All right, if you can just keep that in mind, it works wonders. Okay, I told you this topic is yet to be done. All right, in depth. I'll let you know when I'm going to do that. Okay, so now again, my favorite section, tips for success. Very important. Okay, now there are 3 important steps, guys. Focus on now, as I told you. Okay, focus on now. If the action is happening right now, uh, you pretty much are going to use that present continuous tense. Stative verbs awareness, as I told you again, love, hate, know, want, believe, understand, etc., will not be looking at using this particular tense. Create your own sentences as practice makes perfect. Please create your own sentences using time frames like now, at the moment, today, this week, okay, these days. All right, these days. Why? Because this actually creates an impact of fluency. All right, great. Now, there is this kind of a confusion. All right, uh, how do you kind of get out of confusion once you're using this tense is by staying mindful of these common mistakes. Do not overrate these mistakes because these mistakes are pretty much very very prominent. They are very prominent. Many of the users go ahead and do these mistakes that I just spoke about. You can go through the video again. If you've not caught the concept, I'm sure that you'll be able to understand. All right, great. So now if you kind of delete these mistakes, you start sounding more clearer, smoother, more correct and confident in the way that you communicate with other people. All right. Now, as I told you again, this is the same note about the stative verbs. If you want, you can just pause the video and read the highlighted section. Okay. Now there is this micro conversation section under this lesson. Here's a situation: calling a friend or WhatsApp. Now, there's a person A who kinds of calls a friend or WhatsApp, says that, hey, what are you doing? Your sentence would be in present continuous tense saying that I'm cooking right now. Okay, so this person A goes up and says that, oh, nice. Are you free in 10 minutes? Person B again replies in present continuous tense, says, yes, I'm finishing soon. Cool, right? So that is what I want you to kind of again pause here, read the whole section aloud because this helps you to understand. All right, great. Now, again, a very small tip: speaking extension. How does this happen? Obviously, to sound fluent, is add the time at the end. Right now, at the moment, these days, and this week. So, example is a very small example. I'm working on something important right now. That's it. I am working. That's all. You can just finish your sentence there. Or you can just finish your sentence by saying, I am working on something. That's it. Important right now is an extension. What is this doing? What is this part doing? This part is helping you sound fluent. Okay? Okay? I'm sorry about the I'm very sorry about the diagram. Let me just take it off. Okay. Yeah. So what was I saying? Yes, I was saying that what is this part doing? Important right now. Important right now is actually helping you to elaborate the same sentence. I'm working on something. You can just finish that in the sense of present continuous tense. However, important right now, adding quality to your sentence. That's it. Okay, great. Let's look at a practice session here. So these are known as the guided practice sessions under each of our lessons given by GKPro. Please go ahead and do this, guys. When I tell you that I'm drawing an icon around the pause symbol, a very important section, and you have to do it in spite of, it takes some time, but that's always beneficial for you at the end of the day. Okay, so let's look at this. Fill this with your real life situations. I am dash right now. Has to be in, the present continuous tense. My friend is dash at the moment. We are dash this week. I'm not dash today. Are you dash now? Okay, so just go ahead and kind of fill these blank spaces and try to connect with the concept. Here, I want you to convert under this practice session where it says, rewrite. Okay, convert to present continuous tense. I eat lunch. Please convert that to present continuous tense. Make it negative in the sense I told you about the not, right? The not. She is studying. All right. Make it into a question or convert this part into a question. You are working today. Okay, you are working today. I would have given you the answers, but I really want you to pause the video again right here and do the same. The drill is the same. You just kind of have to practice. Okay, great. Let's look at this section now. Free speaking, personalized section. Whatever you feel like, you can speak. That is one line about you that is happening right now. I am dash right now. One line about today that is temporary, right? Today I am dash working from home. All right, that's one of my favorite lines. Last one line about your future plan that has already been decided. I am meeting, already done here, okay? Meeting, verb in the ing form. I am meeting dash tomorrow, right? Great. Now your 40-second challenge here, guys. Here you definitely need to pause the video, or you can actually do it after the session as well, because it also helps a lot. It's the 40-second speaking task. Speak 6 lines using present continuous only. I have, got the model answer ready for you. I am sitting at home right now. I'm watching this lesson and learning. I'm taking notes carefully. My family is doing their work. I'm improving my English step by step. I am practicing daily these days. Okay, this is just a sample answer. What I truly want you to do is kind of build your own answer. That's more important. Do not go with answers given by me or whatever you can see on the screen, because that's again a temporary situation. You have to do it. For you to understand the the fluency need, or for you to improve, you guys have to pause the video and you have to do this section. Okay, pretty much 40-second speaking task. Please do this. Again, I'm drawing the same icon, that is this. Pause the video and do it, guys. Great. So, so there's a self check. What do I mean by self check? It means that you check yourself whether I'm using the right tense or not. Did I use it for correct meaning, now or temporary? Did I use am, is, or are correctly? Did I add an ing, the friend that I was talking about for the longest of time? Did I add ing to the main verb? If you've done this, then yes, you are using present continuous tense. Is it short and natural? Okay, this doesn't have to be an option, but keeping everything short and simple is something that is very important, because many of the fluent speakers do that. They keep everything short and simple, yet they sound very um, you know very enhanced. They kind of sound enhanced when they are speaking. It sounds very smooth. Their words come out clearer, because just keep every section which is under guided practice short and natural, or short and simple. Do not overcomplicate things. Great. Let's look at the recap for today. Okay, so use present continuous when you talk about things that are happening right now, temporary actions, and future and fixed future plans. Okay, you really have to remember these points. There's nothing that we can really do about it. So you have to remember that you're using present continuous only when you're talking about actions happening right now, ing form. Temporary actions or fixed plans, those have been already decided for the future. Now, the next related tool that I'll be talking about in my next class is the present perfect tense. Okay, before I just go, I just want you to again look at the screen and practice 5 present continuous tenses and sentences, and speak them aloud daily. This is your aftermath, in the sense, after you get out of the class, you can actually do that uh, under each tense that I'm talking about. Okay, so just to keep or to reassure you, tenses are not difficult. They are just time clarity. Okay, once you master time, you will master speaking. So please do not rush, follow the order, and very important point, practice daily. And if you want structured daily speaking practice or guidance, okay, and correction, then you can join our the academy, the GKPro Academy, and the link is provided in the description. Now, if you're learning this on YouTube, this lesson is a part of our free grammar series. As I told you, if you wanted guided practice or step by step confidence building, we are always here to help you. So you can join us through the free course link in the description, guys. Remember, start free, continue only when you feel ready. Thank you. It has been a beautiful session. Have a great day ahead.